Good morning. Another bright and, well, it's not bright and sunny. It's kind of hazy, like it has been for the past few days. Very hazy. What's happening, everybody? I didn't even have a chance to look. Well, I did actually, but I don't remember it. I think the Thai baht is 33.25 to the dollar right now, as of about 20 minutes ago, and the feel like temperature was 96 degrees, and I don't remember everything else. Forgot to write it down. Sorry, guys. What's happening, everybody? What's happening in Thailand right now? It's a good question. We got a lot of things going on, which is now why I'm here. Not much has been going on lately. I have been trying to raise funds for the Ukraine, and I thought it was a bit of a long shot to raise that much money for me, and it looks like it is going to be. I've got about half the funds so far, but I don't know that it's going to happen. I've already got another buddy going over there today, so that's unfortunate, but that's why I took pledges and not the money. So that's good. But hopefully things will work out over there. As far as over here in Thailand, things are getting better every day. That's the way I look at it. They're getting better every day here. More and more normal. Carlos, good morning. Buenos dias. Sawadee Kap. And all that good stuff. How is Patia? I meant to speak to Patia Bob because one of the things I wanted to talk about was that this guy, apparently he was 58 years old, and he was a foreigner, and he got attacked. This is, I guess, last night. He got attacked by security guards after a bill in central Patia, and it looks like it was in front of Tree Town. So I don't know if Bobby was out and about, but that's unfortunate. And the guy was 58 years old. I don't know that serves the tourist community very well to see these kind of things happening. Anytime you have that, it's not good. Basically, the guy's 58 years old, reportedly Irish, and was attacked by several security guards in front of the Treetown Entertainment Complex. I don't know why they don't start hiring people who know how to subdue people. Because one of these days, and it may have happened already, they're going to hit some 58, 68, 75-year-old guy. They're going to hit some guy, and he's going to fall down, he's going to crack his head, and he's going to die, and then, that's going to be a hassle, although I dare say here they may end up getting off because, the foreigner shouldn't be here. But that's the way things work here. Now, the guards claimed that the man refused to pay a bill and tried to flee. When he was stopped, he attempted to fight the guards and then accidentally fell. That could have very well happened. Who knows? I don't know what the story is. I haven't heard. Maybe Bob knows, maybe somebody else knows in Patia. I just found out about it this morning. But this is what I mean. It says he was bleeding heavily from a wound to his skull and confused. Now, on the other hand, tourists shouldn't... Listen, if you got a problem paying the bill, you handle it like a man. You go up to the vendor and you go, listen, I don't know what I'm going to do. Now, I've never had this happen, although I did have something happen to me, and some of you may remember this. You may remember that I was in a salon, and I had something done. I don't remember what it was, probably my feet being scrubbed and my nails being done and all that kind of stuff, all that foo-foo stuff. I went to go pay the bill, and I didn't have enough cash. They said, we raised the price. And I didn't have enough cash. So I said, well, let me go. I'm going to go down the street here, and I'm going to go take some money out. So I went with my Amex card, and I needed to take some money out, and I went to go take the money out, and the machine ate my card. And so what I did was I went back in. I said, listen, the machine just ate my card. I don't have another card with me. I don't have cash. But what I am going to do is call American Express. They're going to bring me another card. And that's what they did. I had to wait about 2 hours. American Express was great. They shot me over a new card. I went to the ATM, took the money out, paid them, and that was it. Now, maybe, who knows what this guy was doing? He could have been drunk. I mean, you know, if he was at Tree Town, you never know. It's too bad. And he was Irish. Not that all Irish people drink, but, you know. It says a large crowd was present at the scene, but many witnesses were reportedly not cooperative with police over what happened. Eventually, a pair of Australian tourists spoke to Pattaya police and claimed that the victim had been chased by several security guards from the Tree Town complex who got into a physical altercation with the victim. The victim fell after the altercation, hitting his skull and causing bleeding and his injuries, according to the witnesses. The witnesses were not clear on who started the altercation. You know, if you're, I'm sorry, but I don't care if you're 20 years old. If you're running away from security guards, I mean, you know, they're not police, but I mean, they may think they are. They think they have the right to do whatever they need to stop you. And if you're 58 years old, I know me, I'm not going to be running from anybody. I'm going to be like, okay, well, I want to deal with it face to face. I got a better chance that way than to run away from them. I can't run fast like I used to. Anyway, according to the two security guards, victim refused to pay a bill at Tree Town venue and then tried to flee. They claimed they tried to stop him, gave chase, blocked his path, and the man was the aggressor and shoved them first. What do you expect them to say? They're probably not going to say that they started it and picked on him. Who knows what the truth is? Hopefully they got some video. The guards claim they only responded in self-defense, trying to calm the man down, which seems like kind of like the Thai way. That would seem more likely to me, which caused him to accidentally fall and damage his head. He could have been some drunk guy. I don't know. He could have been drunk, and he's, you know, bitching and moaning, I paid the bill, fuck you, you know, and he decides to leave, and then when they start coming after him, he says, you know, I can run faster than them. I don't know what happened. I'm just hypothesizing. But the moral of the story here is don't run from security guards. And a better moral would be don't run without paying your bill, especially in Thailand, because especially now, why would you do that? I mean, you know, don't spend what you don't have. Don't go and spend, you know, 1,000 baht for drinks and you go, oh, I only have 200 baht, and you don't have any more money. That's just stupid. You're going to get yourself in trouble. You know, if anything, you go, listen, I screwed up. I drank too much. I didn't know I didn't have the money. I have no more money right now. I can get some tomorrow at the bank or from my friend or whatever it is. If you want, I'll leave you my passport, or I'll go to the police right now or something. You got to just man up. That's the way I look at it. No, I think we know that. Tree Town is not high so. And, yeah, I can't imagine it costing more than 200-300 baht. But who knows how much the guy drank. You know, could have, if you tack it on the beer or something like that, you know. Well, I will say something about that, because yes, they will do that. And remember, this is what I forgot about this, and I was going to do this, and I forgot all about it. And it would be something, you know, that halfway decent to do. I go check this place out, and then I go have a coffee, and then I go for a little walk, and then that's it. But the reason I was in my apartment, which is, it doubled as a hotel. The first, I think, 3 stories were hotel rooms, and then the next 3 or 4, whatever it was. Maybe it was the first 2 and the next 2 or 3. I don't know. Anyway, part of the place was a hotel, part of the place was an apartment, which is fairly normal here. And, you know, some of the doors were shut. You couldn't get out. So what are you supposed to do? They didn't want people getting out because they're scared they're going to leave. You couldn't go down to the second floor or third floor. Second floor. You couldn't go down to the second floor and open up the door because they had locked it because they didn't want people running out on their bill in the middle of the night. You know, that's not how you handle it. It doesn't work very well. So I don't get it. I don't get, and the other thing is, you know, I don't know, you know, it's such a touchy situation because if the guy's being an asshole and he's drunk and he's blah, 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 you know, he's getting crazy. I mean, maybe you know, you ask him for his name and his, you know, I don't know. You ask him for his name and where he's staying, and then the next morning, early in the morning, you go over and wake him up or something. I don't know. You know, you get the police involved, but the security guard's chasing somebody. That's not conducive to tourism here. You know, you want a positive image of tourism, and well, I think most people think that the vast majority of Thais are good, solid people, and they smile and they take good care of you and stuff like that. It only takes a couple of things to happen, and people start to think negatively. And you know, in the beginning, I was under the impression that the Thais were screwing it up here. They were putting their feet in their mouth at every turn, and they were screwing things up. And now I think they've gotten a little better. Maybe it's because the election is coming up. Maybe it's because, I don't know why, you know. You know. It really is, it's a shame because I think really what it is, and I hate to say it this way, but I think it's ignorance and a lack of education on some parts. That's why you get into a taxi and the guy wants to fight you for 10 baht. And you know, it used to be when I first came here, I'd be like, all right, let's go, which was stupid, really stupid. You know, win or lose, it's stupid either way. Just because of the what ifs. There's my mother talking to me again. You know, and so I think they need a little bit better. I think that's one of the things. I think eventually they're going to get it right. If you go to a decent hotel, and even some of the small hotels, they got their act together. They know what they're doing. They know how to handle tourists. And I listen to my wife on the phone talking with hotel owners almost every day. I hear her talking to them, and I've been in meetings and stuff like that with her, and in the house and outside at dinners and stuff like that. And you know, I think they're not stupid. They do know that in the long run, if they treat people poorly, the people probably won't come back. I don't know that people like security guards for Tree Town really give a shit, you know. You know. Well, Bolt is not getting big in Thailand, I can tell you that right now. If anything, Bolt is suffering in Thailand, and InDriver has taken over, so please. You know, at least tell it like it is. Bolt is almost non-existent at this point compared to how they were starting, and they came off real well. And the thing is that they don't, just like InDriver, they don't take cards. They don't link to your bank account. And that's a bit of a problem, even with InDriver, because sometimes I'm like, man, sometimes I got 200 baht in my pocket. I don't want to spend 200 baht on a taxi. Yesterday I had like 300 baht in my pocket, and I thought, shit, my taxi fare was like 167 baht. And I'm like, if I spend 167 baht, I'm only going to have like 125 baht. That's not really enough to buy dinner for me and Alex and the wife, even from the little vendor, on our street. It's not enough. So I was like, I don't want to spend the cash. So the guy had to prompt pay. He's a taxi, and most of them have prompt pay, or they have their account number, or they have their QR code, or whatever it is. It's making things a lot easier now. And Bolt and InDriver, they don't do that. And I believe it has to do with their company, where they're based or whatever, but I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. Most people still use Grab here. I do, and to a lesser extent, I use to a lesser extent, I use InDriver. If I've got a couple thousand baht in my pocket, and I'm going somewhere, it's 200 baht. I don't mind spending the money on an InDriver in cash. I don't always have that much cash in me because I don't need cash anymore. That's the thing. Why carry cash if you don't need it? I carry a little bit of cash now. Uber has been bought out for years by Grab. This is another thing. Add alcohol and you get instant asshole. With a lot of people, especially tourists they want to have fun. They drink a little bit too much or a lot too much. And actually, I forgot about it. But yesterday here in the United States, I guess it's ending now. The evening is coming to a close. But it's St. Patrick's Day, so who knows? Maybe the guy went out and got trashed. That seems a little bit plausible to me. He went out and got trashed, and then, he didn't take care of himself and couldn't handle himself properly. He got into a situation. He might have forgot that he didn't pay the bill. He could have been, fuck you, I paid the bill. I gave them my credit card, I mean, it's happened before. I told the story a while back where the Italian guy in the old beer garden, I was there. This is many, many years ago. I was there. And the guy swore that he gave this girl 1,000 baht. He didn't give her 1,000 baht. The girl was as solid as they came. She'd been there forever. She wasn't stealing from anybody, man. This chick valued her job. Andy, what's happening? She valued her job, man. And so, he ended up in a bad way because of it. But, that's what happens. So before I go on, I want to say thank you to everybody who pledged their support to the Ukraine. I mean, listen, don't stop, because I'm still willing to go, at least to Poland. I don't even know if I can get into the Ukraine. I talked to the agency that I work with sometimes, and it really depends on if you can get in. I know one guy who went in, he got out, and now he's getting ready to go back in, but he's not from the United States. I don't know if it's easier for him. Anyway, I'm not counting. I'm not holding my breath, which is fine with me. Either way, it's fine with me. I got to admit, I was getting a little bored, and I took a few days off, and it feels good to do that. And now I'll either be going somewhere in the next few days on my own or with my wife. Probably not with the kids because they got their own things going on, so that'll be kind of nice too. I don't know where yet, because I had thought, I'm just going to go to Kanchanaburi, and I thought, I better ask the wife if she wants to go somewhere. Kanchanaburi is relatively inexpensive to go there. I mean, it's 100 baht for the train. So I asked her, and then I said, north, south, east, or west, where do you want to go? I don't want to go very far. Let me know. And so hopefully by Sunday I'm going to go somewhere here in Bangkok. other than Starbucks and other than just a little walk around, the neighborhood. I'm going to go somewhere. I'm not sure yet where. I'm not sure where yet. And then around the middle of the week, I'll go somewhere else. But thank you to everybody who's pledged their support, and thank you to everybody who continues their support, their regular support, all those people. I really appreciate it. So, and I think hopefully I do. Now, something else is that I'm coming out with some new merch. I've decided to change my merch provider, and I'm coming out with some new stuff, and some of the stuff is similar, but there's some minor changes to it and all that kind of stuff. Bob's always game, man. I'll tell you what. Say what you will about Bob. He has his medical problems and everything, but he's a gamer. He's always willing to go anywhere, anytime, do whatever within reason. He's pretty willing to go just about anywhere. I'm gonna go out there to Pattaya. I think next month. I thought about maybe going there, this month just for the day or for one night. But I'm gonna go there next month. Probably go with the wife. She's got something to do out there. So, but right now, if you go to the community tab of my channel here, I've got a mug up, my new American in Bangkok mug. And the first 3 people to order this mug who are inside the United States, they get free shipping. It's $15 to all my American friends. That includes shipping. It's a very nice mug. It's an 11-ounce mug. You can get the 15-ounce mug. It's an extra $5. But I'll have a new site up. Hopefully in the next couple of days, I'll have a new site up and have my merch a little better organized, and you'll be able to see some new stuff. And so, anyway, okay. So moving on. Now, the real important news, and I saw this before, and I thought, oh man, that's great. But now that I'm looking at it, it's more of the usual, where one organization is pushing for the CCSA to relax the entry restrictions. And this one is the Federation of Thai Industries. They want the government to further relax screening of foreign tourists by abandoning the mandatory test and go scheme, quarantine and RT-PCR testing to attract more visitors and restore the pandemic-ravaged tourism industry. Supposedly this talk is going to happen today. So by the end of the day today, by tomorrow morning, hopefully they'll have an answer to this. I don't see them doing that though, but I've been wrong before. And the reason is because the number of COVID cases is the second highest ever. There's something like 25,000 in a day. I think it was 77 dead. Even though it's the Omicron. And so what they're asking for is that foreign tourists who already have been vaccinated with 2 doses can come into the country without going any screening measures. I think that's fantastic. They should only be required to show vaccine passports that prove they are fully vaccinated. That went quick. Upon arrival. They would no longer be required to show negative RT-PCR test results up to 72 hours before departure to the kingdom. Here we go. See, I don't understand this. Only an RT-PCR test upon arrival would be needed, and an antigen self-test on day 5. It's like they're doing it such minute steps, such little minuscule steps, that I don't think it's going to make a huge difference. While health insurance coverage for foreigners would be reduced from 50,000 to 10,000. So this is what they're proposing. It doesn't mean it's going to happen. And when I saw this yesterday, or last night or this morning, early this morning whatever it was. I thought, oh wow, it's going to happen. No, it's not going to happen. They're proposing it. It's not necessarily going to happen. And so I think the big issue here, really, the big issue is, when is this emergency decree going to end? Because they are holding on to it like they're holding on to their balls. They're holding on to it for dear life. You know, I think eventually people are going to get fed up with it. I don't know what that means, but I think they already are fed up with it. But I think they're really going to start pushing for the government to stop this. I don't know what the point of it is at this point. I don't really see that they need it. You know, I'm curious to know what other people think, because I think it's. And, you know, I'm all for safety and being vaccinated and being healthy and all this other kind of stuff. But I don't know that this is the way to go about it. I think they should, it's time already. It's time to move on. All right, what's next here? Let's see here. Oh, well, let me finish this up here. It says, government set a target to welcome 5 to 6 million tourists in 2022. The high season for tourism lasts until March or April. Well, it's almost over. If the government abandons these measures, it can benefit the tourism sector and help put economic recovery on a fast track. Spending from tourists can help boost economic activities during the high season. I don't know how much it's going to help now, because I don't know what's going to happen. I've got to get back to sorting me holy cards. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Yes, happy St. Patrick's Day. Hello, Duke. Hello, everybody. JRD, long time no see. Yeah, I don't know what the deal is with that, but I do know that Cambodia is pretty much open now. Another foreigner? There's nobody in this place. It's me, Beer, Mook, and some guy who just walked in. Well, you see, most countries are going to require that you need to be vaccinated before you can come in. I don't think they're going to let you in if you don't have a. They will let you in. You just got to quarantine for 14 days. That's what I saw. So, you know. Yeah, Andy, where are you right now? You're up to Surin Beach. Okay. Today, staying at my last place in Thailand for 3 days. When are you leaving? You're leaving on the 21st? Is that it? Yeah, okay. If you say so. I'm not going to argue with you about it. I'm getting ready to take off, Andy. I got to get out of here. I've been wanting to for a while, and even if it's, you know, I may just take a day trip, a one-night trip to Kanchanaburi. Depends on if the wife wants to go. She says she wants to go, but, you know, I never know until the last minute. You know, I want to go somewhere like on a train or something. First of all, something relatively inexpensive, something that's interesting that, you know, if I go, it's been a while since I've gone, you know, that kind of thing. The countries are open. You just have to quarantine. I mean, I don't see the problem with that. So don't take the vaccine and go in and quarantine forever, how long they want you to quarantine. Cambodia is not going to let you in unless you're quarantined. I mean, Thailand's not going to let you in unless you're quarantined. And, you know, for some people, that's a deal breaker. Okay. You know. Okay. Well, we'll talk before you bail, before you take off. Surin, it's been a long time since I've been to Surin. I don't believe that. I don't believe you, all right? I don't believe you. Sorry. Now, you could be right, but I don't believe that. Let's see here. Let's see. I don't believe there's 94. I do believe there are countries that don't require it, but I don't believe there's 94. Okay, countries within the EU. Right now it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Let me see this one. Other countries. England, Scotland, India, Mexico, Costa Rica, France, Dominican Republic, El Salvador, Norway, Kuwait, Bahrain, Aruba, Puerto Rico, Slovenia, Iceland, Jordan, Maldives. And let's see here. Egypt, Mauritania, Senegal, South Africa. And Europe, okay, we already said that's here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. More than I thought, I'll tell you that. 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41 countries. That's what I'm seeing. Which is more, like I said, more than I thought. Well, let's see here. This was updated on March 17th. So let me see. Oh shit, what did I do? I clicked the wrong button now. Let's see here. Okay, here we go. At present, England has confirmed that starting 11th February, all fully vaccinated travelers will not be required to take pre- or post-arrival test as well as quarantine. Those who are unvaccinated will still be required to take a post-arrival test. Scotland has also confirmed that international arrivals will no longer be required to take the 2-day test. That doesn't mean they're not going to have to quarantine. But they're going to have to take the test at some point. So they don't have to vaccinate. Okay, good for you, but whatever. Listen, I don't want to get into this shit because I frankly don't give a fuck what you do. Do whatever you want. You want to vaccinate? Go get vaccinated. You don't want to? Don't. I've said this before. It's up to you. Go ahead, do it. If they want to let you in, good for them. I don't care. I feel no fear at all from this. My guess is I probably already had it 3 times over and, shook it off. So, no big deal to me. Anyway, let's move on. I don't want to talk about this shit. Oh, what's this? Kanye West banned from posting on Instagram for 24 hours. He's a bit of a nutcase. I don't know why they blocked him, but that's my opinion. Oh, now he goes by the name Ye. He violated the social network's harassment policy amid his acrimonious divorce from reality star Kim Kardashian. Okay. Listen, if anybody's learned anything, if you guys want to learn anything, look at Kim Kardashian. I'm not saying that when she was younger, she wasn't a royal piece of ass. That's not what I'm saying, but it seems like trouble follows her, just like Halle Berry. Not that they're not, listen, they're fine. But how about you date them, you hit it, and you go, I don't really want to get serious, honey. Be smart enough to know. Listen, she's, You can call her whatever you want, high quality, low quality. You know, she's been banged by every guy, and she's been banged by every guy and his brother. I don't know. You know, no, we're not changing. I just happened to see that, and I'm like, you know, this is, you know, why would they cancel him? All right, I don't know what he's doing. He wants to get back with her. She wants to keep her family matters private. Now, this what I find kind of hilarious is she wants to keep her family matters private, yet she's got a goddamn show on whatever network it is that's been going on for how many years? 20, 15? I don't know. Like 24 hours of him being off Instagram is going to kill him. I wish I was off forever. Take me off forever. I guess they deleted content. He was becoming more and more belligerent in how he tries to get Kim back, including a claymation music video that shows West holding Davidson's severed head. You may not feel sorry for Kim because she's rich and famous, but what she's going through is terrifying to watch. Hey, she made her bed, and so did he. But, you know, this ought to tell guys something. If you're going to get involved with a high-profile... I mean, I don't know anybody that's ever... Well, I do know two people. One guy, I didn't know him really well. And what I remember of him, he was a cinematographer. He got married to Julia Roberts, which surprised the hell out of me. He's been married to her for years. I didn't know him very well. You know, we might have said a few words to each other, but he was on a movie that I was on many years ago, 20 years ago, and he's stuck with her, she's stuck with him. Good for them. Probably because they don't live their life, you know, on the E network or whatever, you know. Anyway, let's move on because I don't feel sorry for either one of them. Oh, okay, now the big thing coming up is, yeah, it's not terrifying. Songkran Rules. They're coming up. The government is coming up with Songkran Rules. They're trying to make people. I really don't like it's the tone of the Thai government that I really never have liked much. It's the tone when it comes to people drinking. It's the tone of they're selling alcohol. It's the tone of how they need to live sexually. It's the tone. I did see an article, I don't know, I don't have it in front of me, but I did see an article yesterday that said the government is saying that people can now get back to having normal sex, as in sex with no mask on. And I just have to laugh. You're going to tell me these generals and all these people in positions of authority, they're going, honey, we better not have sex unless unless we're both wearing masks. But all the peons have to wear masks when they're having sex. Or you know, you can only do it in certain positions. It's ridiculous. It's really ridiculous, the tone of their tone. So they're looking for ways to curb the spread of COVID, which, you know, I understand, okay, a little bit. They want Songkran celebrations to be held in line with health precautions and guidelines, and under the proposal's traditional activities, such as merit making and the Rodnam Dam Hua ceremony, pouring water on respected relatives' hands, will only be allowed to take place in special areas under strict disease control measures. So in other words, what they're saying is they want this to be a religious, traditional ceremony as opposed to being, a fun festival where people are throwing water and powder and going crazy. They don't want that. You know, which is like, again, this is what I mean. It's like, okay, is this for safety or is this about control? Or is it about, you know, I'm your daddy, I'm telling you what to do, and if you don't like it, too bad. Do I get a sense of regular Thai people being fed up with the government? Not many. Honestly, I think most people they're just going about their way, and they just don't want to. I mean, most people are wearing their mask all the time, and it is here's the deal with it: it is not legal, illegal. There is no law stating you must wear your mask, but apparently, because of the emergency decree, if you don't wear your mask, it depends on where you are and who's in charge and what they'll do to you. So, law or not, the emergency decree gets in its way again. It gets in the way of itself. They want tourists to come back, but tourists are not going to put up with that bullshit. They're not going to put up with being told. Here's the thing. Here's an article. Where is this here? If I can find it. Okay, this is alcohol. This is the one where the guy got attacked. What's this one? Okay, here it is. Thai Public Health Ministry backtracks on its proposal to remove mandatory facial masks, says it was a misunderstanding. This is at a public park. They had proposed to cancel the wearing of facial masks in parks and concerts. Now they're backtracking on it. If the endemic plan was approved and properly implemented, other measures may be relaxed in the future, which may possibly include the mandatory facial mask in some areas, such as public areas like parks and outside. But it was not something that could be issued immediately and would not be discussed at this week's major CCSA meeting. It's been my understanding that you did not have to wear a mask when you were at a park. That's my understanding from the very beginning. And now they're saying, it is mandatory. You're supposed to be wearing a mask. And, now you're not going to have to. We're going to take that away. You don't have to do that restriction away. And, I don't know what the hell they're thinking. What is the purpose of walking around alone and having to wear a friggin' mask? Is it because of the pollution? I mean, pollution's pretty bad here in Bangkok now. It's been getting worse. I just find it to be troubling. Really troubling. Hey, listen, guys, don't forget to leave a thumbs up. Smash that thumbs up button. Hit subscribe. Click now, subscribe. I'm trying to get to 50 YouTube members. You can do that by hitting the join button down below. It's as little as $1.99. You can pretty much donate whatever you want. I got all kinds of levels in there. You can do that. There's all kinds of ways you can. PayPal's still in business, believe it or not. The CASHAPP, the Buy Me a Coffee, the Patreon. Patreon seems to be, I don't know what's the deal with Patreon. There's always cryptocurrency, but you can become a sponsor on my channel for as little as $1.99. And I'd appreciate it if you did that. You help out. You help me keep going, because money is the fuel in the engine. Even a little bit helps. So thank you. You can also buy a shirt. You can buy, like I said, hey Jim, like I said, for Americans, right now I got this thing going on where you can go to the community tab of my channel. You'll see there's a mug in there. It's $15. That's all in. That's delivered anywhere in the United States. I don't know about Hawaii, but I think in the continental United States, it's $15 for the mug, and that includes the shipping. And the reason I'm doing that is because the shipping is free to me. So I'll be honest, but there is a shipping charge normally, so that is waived, and hopefully that helps me to sell a few. Right now I don't have the whole site up. That should be done in the next couple of days. But you can send me a message at americaninbangkok@gmail.com, and I'll send you a link where you can pay for it. It's limited. 3 people in America for the next couple of days until the site's up. Once the site's up, And that's the end of that. Can I still cook myself during sex? Choke? I don't know. They'd probably let you do that. You'd probably get away with it here. Well, Phuket, I mean, listen, even when I was down there, people weren't wearing the mask all that much, especially on the beach. Riley, nobody was wearing them on the beach, damn near nobody. And so, I do think that people are kind of just getting tired of it all, but here in the city, it's a bit different. And like, I know if I come into the mall and I don't wear the mask, I already know the routine. I come in, I don't have a mask. They're going, oh, sir, yes, can you wear a mask? Oh, I don't have one. Okay. Before they used to say you can't come in. Now it'll be like, come on, they'll either give you one or they'll say, come over here, you can buy one from the pharmacy. Yeah, they just make you wear it. If you want to be in the mall, you're going to have to wear it. Now, they're not going to say anything if you pull it down so you can breathe. And every once in a while, I mean, what I find troubling is that, the masks, they do make it difficult to breathe. They make it difficult to breathe. Really. I don't like them. I have never liked them. The reason I wore them in the very beginning is for the way that it was made out. It was like if somebody breathes on you, guess what? You might die. Now I know that's probably not going to happen. Gennaro, what happened to you, Gennaro? Level 4, the reason it's at level 4 is because of all the cases it's getting, which are predominantly Omicron, which supposedly, isn't really all that harmful. There's no national, well, it's not that there's no national, well, you are right, there's no national mask mandate, but as I just said, there's no law in place that says you must wear a mask. It's because of the emergency decree, the local governors have the right to determine whether or not you have to wear a mask, and all of them say you need to wear a mask. So, while you can get away with it, and for the most part, if you don't wear a mask, somebody will just go, okay, could you put a mask on? As long as you're not a dick, you just put a mask on. That's what you do. And then, I don't like it, but that's what you do to avoid problems. You can do it however you want. It doesn't really matter to me. I know some people that refuse to wear masks anywhere. They just want to make it as difficult as possible for the people. I just don't want to hear anybody questioning me. That's how I am. I don't want anybody questioning me. I don't want anybody, sir. Get out of my face. I don't want to hear it. That's why I wear a mask. I mean, I'll be honest. That's why I wear a mask. Because I don't want any problems. I don't want to deal with any shit from anybody. How many days, Jim? Here on Rawai Beach, tourists only put a mask when going this up. Yeah, that's how it was. That's how it was when I was there. I don't see the problem. If you're out on a beach and you're not like touching other people and you're not standing right next to them, what do you have to wear a mask for? And even then, at this point, I don't know that it's so important, but I'm not a medical expert, and here in Thailand, they do things slowly. They move slowly, and Yeah, I was just thinking that yesterday. How you don't understand until you get there. And, there's some people out there who they're going to say, I'm old, I don't have any of those problems. You guys are a bunch of pussies. Yeah, right. Okay. I mean, I look at it, you got to look at it on an individual basis. There are guys who have just had their bodies thrashed and they're 40 years old and they're in terrible shape. They can barely move. So you can't really compare people. Some people are 60, they've never had an injury in their life. They're the kind of person who they eat whatever they want. They never gain weight. I mean, there's all kinds of factors. But yeah, I did the moving thing, Jim. And the last time we paid somebody to help, I did it, and then we had to do it again. And then that time we paid somebody to move. And I can guarantee you, I'm not going to be doing much moving when we move from this house. I can guarantee you that. I'll carry small boxes and baskets and stuff like that. I'll carry some stuff, but when it comes to doing furniture and stuff like that, nah, it's not going to happen. Well, I already did go to Vietnam, JRD. I did go before the pandemic, and I'm not going to leave because at this moment it's still a bit costly for me to go out and then come back in. So that's why I don't go out of the country. Otherwise, I'd be in America or I'd be in Poland or the Ukraine right now. If it wasn't about the money, But I did do a trip. I don't know how many years ago. 3 years now. I don't know how long it's been. I'm still working. I was doing about 10,000 steps a night. I've been laying on my ass. Yeah, there you go. As the Longhorn says, you got off the sofa to do all that exercise, to do all that hard work. You got to prepare yourself for that, which, I have been doing that lately. I've been walking more, and yeah, the 10,000 steps is a good target. What I found is, on average, if I don't really try, I get about 5,000, 6,000 here. But I got to push myself sometimes because I don't particularly like it. To me, it's kind of almost a waste. I want to say a waste of time, but you're putting it into yourself. You're investing in yourself, so it's not. I know that, but it gets harder the older you get. I'm not somebody who feel now. I don't feel like going into the boxing gym anymore. I don't want to go into the boxing gym and take punches. But why? For what? I'm not getting paid big money. What's the point of it? You could swim. Hang out by the pool and go for a swim 2-3 times a day if you want, and you'll get in some good exercise. So I'll be active once I get there. Province has a gym for residents' use and a nice running track. Ah, okay. Cats and good coffee. Nice to see you. Yes, please don't compare me to Bruce Springsteen. Well, Jim, I know you're in Las Vegas and it can get quite hot there, but let me tell you something. Lately, man, it's been a bitch, man. The weather has been a bitch. I'm talking 8 o'clock in the morning, it's like 95 degrees, very little wind. It's overcast and hazy, so the heat just kind of lingers, man. And I mean, we got the air on inside sometimes, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh my God, it's brutal. I came in this morning here, and it was really, really hot. What does that say? Let me see what it says here on her shirt. She's got one of those little shirts on again that says something, and it's got to say I'm beautiful. I know. Miss Beer. What does it say? I'm bad and I'm beautiful? Is that what it says? I'm bad and I'm beautiful? No, it says I'm bad and I'm beautiful. I love it. My wife and I, we don't go all the time now. We were going every single day. We go at 5 o'clock in the morning to the park. But we go now 2 or 3 times. She goes in the nighttime sometimes. I don't want to do it every day. I don't want to be walking 15, 20,000 steps every freaking day. It takes too much time. There are better ways to get that exercise in, Have fun, Andy. Take her easy. Yeah, what happened to Gennaro? Gennaro took off. All right, let's see what else we got going on here. We already talked about that. Let's see here. Carl's Jr. says goodbye to Thailand. You know, I've been to Carl's Jr. one time in the entire time that I've been here and that they've been here. All 6 of its stores in Bangkok and Pattaya will close by the end of the month. It can no longer afford to operate. The group says it was forced to import ingredients solely from the U.S., adding that CKE Restaurant Holdings, the parent company of Carl's Jr.'s and Hardee's, had set restrictions. Over the past year, the company said they tried to keep afloat but decided to close as they can no longer afford the operating expenses. In addition to the import for the ingredients, there's been a lack of foreign tourists, a large market for the burger chain. The Pattaya News notes just one branch in Bangkok and one in Pattaya were quite popular during the pandemic. In 2012, the burger franchise launched its first Thai location in Central Festival Pattaya Beach. Well, they close in 6 days. That's too bad. Actually, not. But you know what? I'll tell you what. It wouldn't make me sad if McDonald's shut down. It wouldn't make me sad if they shut down. But Carl's Jr., it's a little bit better. You know. This brings me to another subject here. If I can find it. That's the spicy sum-tum. I already talked about how the Thai public health minister says alcohol and parties should not be part of Songkran. Focus on tradition and religion, says he. Okay. Whatever you say, buddy. All right, we already went over this one. Let's see here. What was I looking for there? No, that's not it. Let's see here. Why is it I can never find the things when I need to? Basically, it had to do with the technical reopening of nightlife. Because technically, they're only open if they're considered restaurants. But let me see if I can find that article. I know there's at least one. No, not on this page. All right. Well, let's see here. That's another big. That's a big step. Once they say, okay, you can open up the bars as bars, that may be the step that gets people to really come in here. Although I still think it's going to take the best thing to do, in my opinion, just wait until the emergency decree is done with. Let's see here. All right, wait a minute. What is this? See, here's another article that says Thailand to relax entry rules. Well, they did already with the insurance amount. Let's see if I can find this. What happened to it? Yeah, how about I don't lay on my stomach and open my ass cheeks, and you deposit a coin into one of my crypto accounts, and I can buy some of this stuff. You too can help. Everything's right down there in the description, man. You know? All right, let me see what I can do with this, if I can find this article. It's not I have a letter, it's I got a letter. If you're going to do it, at least get it right. Come on, man. I don't know what happened to it. There was an article that I saw discussing. Yeah, I don't know where it is. I can't find it now. Oh, the door's open now. 10 o'clock. Yeah, I don't see this article, but the deal is that technically bars are shut down. They're going to try to open them up. Maybe that's something they'll be talking about today. I don't know. We shall see. All right, here's to relax rules for tourists as war hits arrivals. Yeah, see, again, they're putting this out there. They're trying to relax the rules, but nobody has said they're doing it, and this is where the confusion comes from. And I wish they wouldn't do this. I wish they would say, flat out, hey, attempts are being made to relax the rules. Anyway, what is this? The Thai government is worried about people pouring water on each other because they believe that if you pour water on other people, that it can transmit the virus. That's not my belief. I didn't say it, but that's what the deal is here. I think people fail to realize that we have a lot more freedom now than we've ever had in history. I really believe that. And while I believe that some people in power don't always want the masses to have any power, you know, let me see. Okay. Oh, this is about the religion. Yeah. Well, we shouldn't fight because you can transmit the COVID through water, pouring water on somebody. Yeah. COVID was canceled 2020, scaled back 2021. I thought it was non-existent in 2021. So really, if they cancel it this year, even if they just have a restricted Songkran, that's 3 years running that people are not engaging in these kind of activities that they used to. That's not normal. We're not back at the normal time. It may feel normal, but it's not. Yeah, I don't know what happened to that article. I lost it. Yeah, that, however, that's for tourists. What I'm curious to know, Carlos, is did you have to show insurance when you came in? And what did you have to show? I'm curious about that. Because the insurance is always a touchy thing with them, and I forget the name of the place that I was looking at earlier today. You did, but how much was it? Because it was 50,000 for tourists, then it went to 25. Now it's supposedly going to be 10. 20,000? That's it? I thought it was supposed to be 100,000. See, for people on a retirement visa, I thought they were supposed to be, or any other kind of non-immigrant visa. I thought it was supposed to be. Oh, that's not bad at all then. That's nothing really for insurance. Actually, I think I'm okay with that. All right. Well, now again, here's with the. Here's what I was talking about. The tone of the government. There's a probe underway over liquor advertising with the K-pop idol Lisa as brand ambassador. Thai-born singer and member of South Korea's famous Blackpink girl band is the brand ambassador for a brand of liquor, and they were using it on Facebook. I don't understand this. I don't really see how they can prohibit it if it's from a different country, or she did the ad in a different country. I just don't understand it. The recommendation is to share only the image of the singer without any picture or logo of the alcohol beverage by blurring it. See, to me, this is too much. It's like, if prohibition doesn't work, that's been proven already. And I don't think it works in Thailand. I don't think it works in the United States. And I'm not a big drinker. I'm not crying about, I can't buy any booze at a certain time. Now, it's funny, but there's another article where Thai liquor vendors, what they're pushing is to get the 2 to 5 p.m. alcohol ban revoked. 16 entertainment establishments are calling on the government to scrap a law introduced by the military junta in 1972. This shit's been in effect for 50 years. This really bugs me, because that is a freedom that I believe people should be allowed to engage in. And instead of acting like your daddy, they just need to act as the government, which is a big difference. I have never shown. That was a marriage. Hang on a second here. I've never shown marriage insurance for marriage visa. Okay, so you're on a marriage visa. The important thing is if they cover asymptomatic cases or not. That's all. I already have COVID insurance. And I can renew it if I want. I checked that out, so it's not a big deal. They're greedy bastards trying to go. Yes, would love to lick her. I wonder if Singha makes a profit on their water, or if it is only out there for brand recognition. They're making a profit. No, when Thai people think about it, they're making a profit. Water has got to be one of the biggest scams. Selling water has got to be one of the biggest scams on this planet. I mean, I understand in some areas water is, it's a premium item. It's in short supply. But Thailand ain't one of them. And the United States, well, in some areas it is, but that's because of some of the landowners and what they need, and all these other people cutting off things, cutting off access, and Well, that's what I've been saying, JRD, for years. Anybody with half a brain goes, hey, you know what? I'm going to be there a little bit earlier and I'm going to buy 5 bottles so I don't have to worry about the shit anymore. One of my buddies likes to drink whiskey. I mean, he has a drink, you know, like every night after work, he has a drink. And it pisses him off. He gets pissed. Because he's just like, these sons of bitches. He's like, I got to go get more whiskey now. Because of them, I have to go right now. Because if he doesn't, he's going to have to wait for 3 hours, and he doesn't want to go out later on. He wants to go out right then when maybe he's out already, you know. She's a lady of Carlos. Don't say nothing about Blackpink and La Lisa. Don't say nothing about her. Well, the Thai government has decided to say something about her. They're probing her. Well, they're actually probing the situation. They're not probing her. $17. You go back to the U.S. The same size Fanta was $1.99. Yeah. Well, I'll give you a true story. We pay for Spotify. We get Spotify. We get the family version of Spotify, 209 baht. That's about what? $6? A little more than $6? $6.10 or something like that, right? No, $6.25. I went to go pay, and I decided to pay with my U.S. credit card. I didn't want to use the Thai baht. I didn't want to transfer any money. I decided to pay with the U.S. card. And I forgot. Well, they consider that now you have a U.S. Spotify account. It's $6, a little over $6 here. It's $15 freaking dollars there. I'm like, are you kidding me? It's more than double the price. It's like, because you're in America, you pay double the. I mean, okay, I'm fortunate. I'm happy about that. Yeah, great. But what about the Americans who are getting screwed over? Or maybe that's part of their plan where, you know, hey, these people pay, you know, $20 a month. These people pay $3 a month. And that way it averages out. We get a certain amount that we need, and that's the way it works. You know, our plan is. By the way, I wanted to know, how is the audio and how is the video? My niece's husband owns a liquor store. I don't have to worry about access to beer. I'm pretty sure the local police don't have a problem buying either. Yeah, but you're talking about in the village, Jim. You know. Oh, where are you from? Americans are not too smart, are not so smart. They like it. Where are you from? Remember, I'm an American. And I don't think that it has anything to do with American intelligence. Okay? I looked at something the other day, and in Norway is the highest paying they pay the highest rate for ads on YouTube. Higher than anywhere else. I'm like, really? Yeah, really. Oh, shit. Hang on a second here. Let me see something here. All right, good. There are plenty of little mom and pop shops that will sell you stuff. The point is that for most people, it's inconvenient. You know, if you're in a certain area of town, listen, I can go down the street to my my landlord, and there's a couple other shops within a minute or two walk. I can go down there and get myself a Leo beer or Singha or, you know, Sang Som or whatever the whiskey is. and maybe even some of the, a cooler or something like that. I can go and get that anytime I want because nobody gives a shit there. They don't care about the laws. They care about getting paid. But it's not always convenient. And, for some people, it's just a pain in the ass. And it's not even that. It's that why implement something like that? I'd like to see their study that shows that it has made things much better. Went to a popular bar and counted 9 motorcycle cops drinking beer in uniform. Well, I don't know, but I like that too much, Carlos. Where is the boundary that they don't cross? Let me just get shit-faced for lunch. I mean, maybe they only drink 1 beer. I used to be surprised at guys who would go out, they were printers. When I was a printer, I used to be surprised at guys, they'd go out for lunch and they go out and have a beer, and I'd be like, why are you going to have a beer, man? Don't you think the boss is going to get pissed? I don't care, it's 1 beer. I'm not getting drunk off of it. I was like, yeah, you know what, you're right. So I started going out with them, and I'd have a sandwich or something and a beer. Butt wiper or whatever beer it was that was available. I like Corona. But, as long as they're not getting trashed. It's like, officer, I need your help. Yeah, I need your help too, man. Oh, cop, help me, please. Oh, man. Can you please take my motorcycle home for me? Carlos, I was saying earlier, maybe you heard me, but I am going to go down there in the next, I don't know, a couple of weeks, next month. I'll be there in Pattaya. I do kind of feel like, it's kind of cool to go there every couple of months just to get away, Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with it, Now, if you go out and get trashed and come back, oh my God. Would you be so kind of telling me, is it raining a lot in Bangkok in the month of June and July? No, not really. No, it gets hot as shit though. I think by then by July. Let me see here. I think it slows down well, actually, it starts in July. It's the hot season right now. There's only 3 seasons in Thailand. Rudu Lawn, Rudu Phon, Rudu Now. It's always hot here. And, but it's really sporadic to me. I mean, I don't see it where it's like, oh, it's raining every day now. Holy moly, this girl is as pregnant as they come. Jeez Louise, man. I don't know if you can see that, but she looks ready to pop. All right, I gotta get a little more water here. Hang on a second. Let's see here. Cops pull me over and ask, "Sir, are you drunk?" I respond, "No, sir." Cop says, "Come with me, let's have a few drinks." Oh, man. This is Thailand. You know, there are some wonderful things about Thailand. You know, I remember the first time I got stopped by a cop. I was walking down the street, and the guy's like, "Hey, you know, what are you doing here?" I said, "Well, I live here." And I'd been there been here a couple years, and my Thai was all right. And, you know, he asked me, you know, "What are you doing here? What do you like about the place?" And I was like, I thought like in America, it's like if a cop starts talking to you, to me, I'm like, did I do something wrong? Is he going to, like, pull me over? Is he going to, I mean, I'm always like, is he going to take me in? What did I do? And I felt the same way. And then I just started talking to the dude, and I was like, "Hey, that guy's all right." And he's like, You're okay with your visa and your 90-day report?" "Yes." "You want me to show you?" He's like, no problem." You know, that's how, you know, they're not bad guys, you know. I dare say the vast majority of Thais are good people, you know. It's like anything else. When you get into, I was thinking about this morning, you get into some situation where you really have to engage with them for a long period of time, and you're talking about something like a large amount of money, that's when problems start to happen. That's when discrepancies happen. But that happens anywhere. It's not just Thailand. So, you know, as much shit as I give, it's mainly the Thai government. But when it comes to Thai people, I think the vast majority of them are just good people, you know. Just looking to make a living and live their life, and they don't really give a shit about, you know, what you're doing. I trust more my boss' personal experience. Yeah, but I always forget, you know, like, what month is it? I don't give a shit. That's the thing. You can swim in the swimming pool when it's raining. Nobody's going to tell you to get out. You do whatever you want. Now, you know, he might get hit by lightning. I don't know, but I don't think so. Chance is pretty slim. So, all right, let's see what else. We got anything else? Oh, yeah, I did see this. Thailand's power is going to be, you don't need to wear a mask in the pool. Only when having sex. Thailand's power will be more expensive in May. Now, they've been talking about this for a long time. And I'm wondering how much it's going to add to my bill, because my bill is too damn high already. From May to August, Thailand's electricity price will rise to 4 baht per kilowatt hour, going up by 0.23 to 1.3 baht per unit. That's like anywhere from about, 0.5 to... Yeah, I mean, that's quite a bit. They're raising the fuel tariffs following Russia's invasion of the Ukraine. An ERC spokesman said another reason for the price surge is the declining supply of natural gas from the Gulf of Thailand. Russia's invasion of the Ukraine has caused gas and oil prices across the globe to spike. Thailand has capped the price of diesel at 30 baht per liter. Jesus Christ. It's gone up, man. It's gone up a lot since I've been here. But this cap will end at the end of May. Thailand's deputy prime minister, who is also the energy minister, said last week the country must save energy while waiting for additional loans. We have to rely on ourselves. If everyone with energy helps with energy saving, the cap will last long, and if prices go down, it will last even longer. The minister, Supathanapong Punmichao, said that the Energy Ministry and Finance Ministry will discuss how to help benzene users with state welfare cards. About 13.5 million people use these cards. He said that the government has helped people pay for cooking gas through its social welfare card scheme with a 45 baht discount. I didn't know that. It's interesting to me. All right, let's see here. I get pulled over at local checkpoints. They're always courteous. The last time he was looking at my international driver's report, my Nevada license. Yeah, I mean, I've been pulled over in checkpoints many, many times. And for me, you know, it's like they look at me, and most of the time they don't even ask for my passport. But occasionally they'll go, "Can I see your passport?" Say, "Yeah, okay, no problem." Boom, and 2 minutes later, that's it. Now, I don't know if you guys remember. I can't even remember when it was. I don't remember what the guy was doing, but there was a guy riding along with me. It might have been when I was coming from Myanmar. I don't remember. But there was some guy who was riding along with me, and he lost his passport. And they were asking me, you know, who is this guy? And I'm like, man, I don't know. And the guy's like, "Oh, come on, man. You guys remember that? I'm on a bus or something," and they stopped. They pulled us over, and they let him go because I said, "Yeah, I know who he is," or something like that. I wish I could remember that. Yeah, I don't remember who that was, or you know, I can't remember, but it was some tall, skinny guy who I had met on the bus, and then he just happened to be sitting next to me, and it turned out he didn't have his passport. And I'm like, what the hell, dude? 23 satang per unit. I meant to mention the beach. Yeah, I like beaches better than pools, but you know, he saw that I was from Vegas. He got giddy and wanted me to tell him what it was like. Yeah, that's how they are, you know. Oh, Las Vegas, you big gambler. Oh, I think you big money. Quartz I bought for a kilowatt is cheap. In July, that should be over. It's over already. There is no, you don't have to wear a mask in your freaking swimming pool. I don't care what anybody says. That's just stupid. Yeah, let me go swimming and put my mask on while I'm swimming. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. 4 baht per kilowatt is the same price as the U.S. Well, there you go. Energy, it's like coffee. It's a commodity. You know? Let's see here. Oh yeah, here to circumvent the draconian law. I forgot about this though. It's about the booze in the 2 to 5 o'clock ban. For some reason, I got sidetracked. This 50-year-old law is irrelevant in the present circumstances and does not help to discourage Thais from drinking because prohibiting the sale of alcohol, the law does not ban drinking during those hours. He's got a point there. So you can't buy the alcohol, but you can drink it. To circumvent the draconian law, I said drinkers will simply buy the beverages before 2 p.m. and then drink all afternoon with impunity. I mean, it's pretty illogical, and like I've been saying for a long time, and it's not just Thailand, it's everywhere, man. Illogical logic rules. You know, or it may seem illogical, but it's all about, you know, whoever's in charge is making out like a bandit because they hold stock in something or whatever, you know. Nancy Pelosi, old bat, old hag. He explained that revocation of the law would not mean the government supports drinking, but it would help boost business in the service sector and eateries. I believe that's true. I'm all for it. Do away with that, and also do away with the ganja laws that prohibit the good stuff. Let the good stuff, let the good times roll. Open them up, open the dispensaries up, start selling the gummy bears, you know. Businesses sell alcohol between the banned hours. Selling alcohol between the banned hours can face a maximum prison term of 6 months and or a maximum fine of 10,000 baht. The penalties double if the purchase is made by minors aged less than 20. Let me think here. How old's my kid? Oh, he's 20. He's 19. Let me think here. What is this? It's yeah, he's 19. So technically, he's not allowed to drink. The call to ease restrictions on alcohol sales came as the authorities are looking into social media sharing a new liquor advertising featuring Thai-born K-pop idol Lisa Manaban. Posting pictures of alcoholic drinks are also illegal in Thailand. Yeah, but what if they're posted outside of Thailand? What the hell does it matter what your nationality is? She can go screw you. I don't live there. And starting on Tuesday, alcohol may be served until 11 p.m. at events in Bangkok. Only in venues which meet the SHA Plus or the Thai Stop COVID 2 Plus standards. More ridiculousness. There's a limit of 1,000 people. I don't know, but it would be nice that they just start removing these restrictions. Get rid of the emergency decree. The mask, the emergency decree, the tests. I don't have a problem with them requiring people to be vaccinated. I don't have a problem with it. If you're not vaccinated, okay, that's your prerogative. But I don't see, well, I don't even know why they're going to make people go into quarantine now if it's not that dangerous. Just got my power bill, $39.80. I have 5 air conditioners. How much do you use though every single air conditioner? Because I'm telling you, right now I use one and mine was 4,900 baht. If I use 2, mine is 5 to 7,500 baht. It's only been 7,000 to 7,500 once. Most of the time, it's under 5,000 or it's between 5 and 6. And we get charged the rate that the electric company charges. We don't get charged. Now that probably has to do with the fact that we got 4 or 5 computers in the house. We got 4 or 5 phones charging at all times. Yeah, and sex with mask on is safe. Now put the mask on. Don't worry. You're gonna be safe. But if you pour water over somebody's hands, you can get COVID. It's too much. It's too much. One air conditioner, 12 hours, around 2,300. Yeah, that's you're living alone or with a wife or girlfriend. I mean, Nicholas has one air conditioner. He used it in his room, and he's not there all the time. He's usually at school. And I think his bill was 400 and something baht, which I'm like, holy shit, man, that's awesome. 2 people. Yeah. So, I mean, we've had 2 air conditioners, but we have been debating on whether we really want to buy a new one or we want to fix it. And fixing it, it's cheaper, but you never know. The things could go bad at any time, then you're pissing your money away. But buying a new one is expensive. I mean, buying a new one here that's going to suffice is probably 18 to 20,000 baht, which is, that's $650, man. It ain't cheap. And then we're like, why are we going to buy another one right now, put it in, and then we're planning to move. So if we do move, when we do move, then we have to pay somebody to take it out, reconnect it, blah, 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 So there are things to think about. But yeah, electricity is not, it's not cheap here. 20 baht, ooh, really? In Denmark? That's crazy. You know, Finn, when I was younger, I almost moved to Denmark. At the last minute, it didn't happen. That's what I'm going to say. But I almost moved there. I was very, very close to going there. And I didn't. And I thought, oh, I'm going to be so happy if I go there. All those beautiful Danish girls. That's what I was thinking, man. I was thinking, I'm going to get myself some hot little blonde Danish girl. Now I'm like, man, what was I thinking? But, you know, maybe back then things were a little bit different. Puff, puff, pass. Prices are rising here, I can tell you that. You know, I did the little video the other day. On, what the hell is it? The mussel omelet. And it was 85 baht. 85 baht. The oyster one is 95. That's in the food court. It was only a few years ago, it was 50 baht. Other foods were 40 baht. Prices are going up, man. You know, prices are going up, believe me. All right, so we're a little ways from, we're coming to the end of the stream. So at this moment, I'd say, hey, do me a favor, leave a thumbs up. It don't cost you nothing. Leave a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Hit the notification bell. You can click now to subscribe in the bottom right of the video. And you can look in the description. There's a number of ways that you can support the channel. If you don't like any of those, just keep watching. But I am trying to get to, I'm trying to get to Poland and Ukraine. I don't know that it's going to happen. I'm halfway there. I've raised half the money that's necessary. Which, you know, it's a considerable sum, so I understand, but I'm not holding my breath. And I'm going to, you know, one thing that I'm thinking of doing is hitting my wife up and saying, can we go to Nakhon Nayok and go rafting and go do that again? And so, I don't know if she'll, you know, if I'm going to do it by myself, okay, great. If I'm doing it with her, that's a different story, you know, we'll see. But I don't know where we're going to go. Total hours per day around 45 hours a day. You can make money on the altcoin. Why Ukraine? Do you not watch the news? How much you need? I need about, right now I need about $2,500, $3,500. I need that much more. There's been several journalists that have been killed there. There are several journalists there now that I know. And there's one that I am a bit worried about. I don't know her real well, but I am, you know, I am concerned about her safety. And I have been following it, and, you know, it's typical what everybody says, oh, go to the beach, go here, man, just take it easy. I understand. I'm not you, though. You know, I have my reasons for doing everything, but I'm not holding my breath. I mean, you know, it's hard enough for me to come up with a couple grand to pitch in. It's hard enough for me to just go there and do it. It's not something that I don't look at it and go, wow, what a fun trip it's going to be. You know, it's freaking work. You know, so, you know, if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. I've been I've been calling everybody I know. I've been trying to do what I can to get over there, but I don't know that it'll happen. And, you know, whatever. I got plenty of things to do here. As bored as I may get, sometimes there are things I can do. So, like I said, on Sunday, I'll be going somewhere. I don't know where. Maybe I'll go to Sarni's pop-up. Maybe I'll go to somewhere completely track somewhere completely different that I never have been to. I don't know. Well, that's exactly right. I got a family. And if I didn't have a family, I'd still be going. There's a reason why to go. But anyway, you know, I appreciate all the concern and all that, but you know, that's not something, you know, that doesn't factor in, to be honest. But again, I'm gonna say, I didn't really expect to raise everything that I needed, and I don't know that I expect it now. So, you know, it is what it is. If it were to happen, great. If it doesn't happen, you know, what can I say? I don't have the backing of, you know, the BBC or CNN or somewhere like that. So, you know, it's a bit tedious, to put it mildly. You're going to Chantaburi. All right, Finn, take care. Yeah, Chantaburi's a nice place. I've been wanting to go. I wanted to go there a couple of years ago. I've been there before once, but I wanted to go there many years ago because of the gem trade there. I wanted to photograph that, and then I don't know why, I got sidetracked. I went somewhere else, which always seems to happen with me. But there's plenty of stuff to do here in Thailand, and yeah, you might be right. I may have more viewers than CNN. Bilal, thank you very much. Appreciate it. You have kept me from being shut out. I really appreciate that. You know, you would want 10 to 20K in Bitcoin if going to Ukraine. You would need something to help you to get out in case of emergency. I know exactly what's necessary. Thank you. I do, really. And I know that the amount that I'm asking for is the bare minimum. And when these places go, and I know people that have worked for these places and worked for, what was the other place? That one guy that I got to talking with, and I saw him all the time. It was an RT. I forget what it was, though. Maybe it was what's the new one out? Damn, I can't remember it. I think it News Asia, or what the hell was it? I forget what it is. It's a new. It kind of is like Fox's rival. I don't remember the name of it though. Europeans with problems seducing women are now going to Ukraine to pick up rescue chicks and maybe get a girlfriend. That's a bit sad, man. You know, honestly. You know, I mean, it's just like going to some third world country because you know, and you go out to some little village and pick out a girl because she needs money. I mean, you know, you can view it as sad. It can be sad, or it can pay off for both parties. You know, the guy gets a girl that he really is into, and the girl gets a guy who takes good care of him. You know, so whatever. You know, I try not to give all that stuff too much thought. You know. Nice resort with the family. Oh. Yeah, I mean, you know, this is the thing. I can go somewhere with the old lady. That'll be kind of nice. I'm not sure she really wants to go. I don't know. She said she did. And she's been watching all kinds of things about different places. So I think she has the urge to get out of Bangkok. 3 bedrooms, 28 to 30 hours. Okay, I got you. I got you now. Multiple air conditioners. Yeah, I should actually try to do that to where I log how many hours I'm using, just so I know ahead of time, and I've got a track record. I can look at my bills, but the bottom line is that while some people think that, living here is so cheap, I mean, it can be cheap and it can be cheaper. And I just was reading a message from Jono that I got almost 6 years ago, where I was saying, hey, Thailand is not cheap. There are some things it's cheap, where it's cheap, and there are some categories that are cheaper, and there are some categories that are as expensive or more expensive than in the West. Yeah, I don't know that we're going to go there. I don't know, but thanks. I don't know. I don't know, it's up to her, man. I mean, I'll go anywhere. I will. If she wants to go, I'll go anywhere with her, because I know she'll sniff out some good places to go. If it's me alone, that's a little different. I was thinking of taking a train trip somewhere, because I can take a train for $20 and, I can go fairly far. And I always like doing that. Stay in a little $10 hotel out in a village somewhere, I watched a little documentary about some guy who went up into the Golden Triangle, and how he stayed out in these little villages where they didn't speak Thai, or anything like that, and they were they spoke with sign language and hand gestures and that kind of thing. And I thought, man, it's been a long time since I've done that. A long time. So, all right, let's see what else we got. We got anything left here? Thailand is suffering because of this war. They're suffering with the lack of oil. Let's see here. What was the other one? Shit. Oh, maybe it was Bloomberg. This place is open. What's today? Friday? Today's Friday. Yeah, today's Friday. Excuse me. Let's see here. There was a Bloomberg article that I saw. I wanted to close out with that, but let's see here. Asia edition. Yeah, here, I'm just looking at this real quick. Putin likely to make nuclear threats if war drags. Yeah, I know. Gas in the States is getting pricey, man. Quite pricey. Let's see here. Crypto, quick take. Let's see what this says here. I don't know if I have any more free articles. Oh, yes, I do. Thailand's COVID cases jumped to record ahead of review of curbs. Okay, so this is even more. I said it was the second highest. Now, it's the highest one-day count of COVID cases. 27,071 new cases, and this is ahead of today's meeting to consider further easing of entry rules for vaccinated foreign visitors and lifting of some curbs on local businesses. I don't know if you got the highest number of cases ever recorded. I don't know how that, thinking like a Thai in power, I don't know how you can justify opening up. Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha will chair a meeting of the Center for COVID-19 Situation Administrations, a meeting later Friday, and is set to consider a set of recommendations from the Health Ministry to loosen COVID restrictions. The panel is also set up to discuss a roadmap to classify the pandemic as endemic from July. All right, so what's this now? March? Let's say April, May, June. Okay, so 3 months, 3 months, and 3.5 months. So that's 3.5 months away. That's about 100 days. That's not too bad. Anything can happen in that time, though. The Southeast Asian nation, battling an Omicron-fueled COVID wave, also reported 80 new deaths, and the day before was 77. The highest daily fatality since November 5th, official data said. Thailand is weighing easier entry rules for tourists as countries from Australia to the Philippines and Indonesia join nations opening up their borders after more than 2 years. Prayut's government is counting on the return of tourism in large numbers to sustain a nascent economic revival. That's it? That's the whole article? It wasn't much. I don't believe that the death rate has proportionally increased. It has increased, but not proportionally. All right, let me see something here. Yeah, what is this? What is this? With some guessing, there are some problems with logistics. Yeah, well, what does it say here about the death here? Let me see. Did I miss that here? Let's see. Yeah, I did. What the hell did I do? Let's see here. Yeah, now it does. Oh, it says the highest daily fatality since November 5th. So it doesn't say what the highest other than that was, but I don't think it's proportional. I think it's a much lower percentage than before. All right, we're open now. Got my Thailand shirt on today. Anyway, here in Spain, there's a strike at the moment with the trucks on the road, Canada style, but because of the gas price going up, well, what are you going to do? I mean, you know, there is a, I hate to say this, and this is why I asked if anybody really cared about the Ukraine. You're going to care if a nuclear war happens. You will care. You will know someone affected by it. And you will also care when it affects food prices because of the wheat and grain that's coming out of Russia. You will also care because of the oil and how Biden's handled everything and about the situation for Europe. And look here in Thailand. In Thailand, it makes a difference, you know. I have a friend who works for an IT large company there. Every time somebody tests positive in a facility, they must all quarantine for 2 weeks. They go back to work. Yeah, I mean, that's like Bruce. He's working in that kind of a, you know, corporate environment. Jesus Christ, I wouldn't have liked to have been in. I never was in a corporate environment. Even when I worked in boxing and was dealing with, you know, things, and I had to wear a suit and you know, a suit and a tie and that kind of thing. It was never, you know. Yeah, it was never something that I really enjoyed. You know, working in a suit. I didn't want to be a monkey, suit monkey. But the whole corporate thing, the whole, you know, environment, and I don't know how my wife navigates it, but she somehow, you know, the Thais are very good at being non-confrontational, and you know, they're not very opinionated, you know, unless you get them in a private conversation. When I talk to her privately, she's very opinionated, and sometimes she really shocks me how she thinks, you know. And usually it's not to where it's like, oh my God, I can't believe she thinks that way. It's more like, wow, why would she, I don't know how she came to that conclusion or why she thinks that way, but she's got a point. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to say outside the box. But as I've said before, Thais are, and cultures, people in different cultures are wired differently. They come to the same conclusion, or they come to different conclusions, and they use a different way, a different thought process. In Thailand especially, for sure. Quite often they use a much different thought process than you or I, or most Westerners. And I would say that Germans, people in the Scandinavian countries, they think differently than people in the United States, for sure. And I get it. Even Australians. Where are all the Aussies today? Aussie. I couldn't share my thoughts in politically correct work environment. Twice I got called out for things that I posted. Yeah, I've known several people who have come over here. One guy was a lawyer. And I don't think he ever moved here, but I used to see him all the time. And yeah, they didn't. They had to really be careful about what they said, because they didn't want to risk anything. They didn't want to risk their retirement, their pension. They had to be very, very careful. And in some ways, I'm grateful. I've never been that way. The other day, I'm talking to my mother, and my mother goes, "Well, you've never liked people telling you what to do." And I'm like, "Well, who does?" And actually, some people actually like people telling them what to do. And they like that regiment of, you must do this, you must do that, this is how you're going to do it. Because they don't have to think. And I'm talking about in the lower end jumps. When you get a bit higher up, it's a different scenario. Yeah, I know, Jim. We were just talking about Patia Bob earlier in the stream, and how he's had his share of medical issues, but man, when it comes to like going places, he's a gamer, man. He always he always wants to go check places out and do stuff, and I like that about him. He'll go do go do damn near anything. I still, I have lost some of my files, and I don't know what's happened, but I know I have those Patia files when Carlos and I and Longhorns went and had seafood. I don't know that I can put together a whole video from it, but maybe I can put together something, but I gotta find it. I don't know where it's at now. I have like 15 different hard drives, and I'm not the best at organizing stuff. Sometimes they're organized, and then I go on a big trip or a couple of trips in a course of 6 months, and the next thing I know, I'm like, where is everything? There are alphas, betas, and omegas. Well, yeah. Just like in the wolf pack. I always say we're more like an ant colony. The world is full of ants, and we are the ants. Human beings are the ants. Anyway, I think it's time to go. I do not believe I'm going to stream tomorrow. I got a lot of things I'm working on right now, and my time is limited. I mean, I'm still waking up early and taking my time to get up and everything. But I've been working, till 8, 9 o'clock at night, just sitting on the computer doing things, and I've been quite busy lately. Between that and trying to go to the Ukraine or Poland, at this point, I don't know how smart or feasible it is to get into the Ukraine. I don't know it's the wisest move. And I understand that. I always say risk, reward, calculated risk. Well, the longer it goes by, the less that I want to be there. Because people are there, people are on the ground, people have done some of the stuff that I'd like to do. It gets harder and harder, and I want to see how is Russia going to respond? What's going to happen if things get dragged out? What are they going to do? But for now, I'm here, and like I said, I believe on Sunday I'm going to go somewhere, and then I don't know. It's up to the wife. Tuesday or Wednesday, maybe the end of next week. But I really would like to take off before then. Take a little train trip and go somewhere. And if she can go with me, that'd be great. So we'll go somewhere. Get out of Bangkok for a while, and. Yeah, that's where we're at. So, anyway, I hope we covered a lot of ground and went over, what's going on here. Some of the stuff is kind of, I don't want to say irrelevant, but, in the scope of the big picture, it's not that important. I think the most important thing right now is when are they going to get rid of the emergency decree? And then when that falls, everything else will fall with it. So I think that's where we're at. Later, Jim. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. Do me a favor and hit that thumbs up once again. Hit the thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. Yeah, well, my kid doesn't want to play the music that I want him to play. And actually, Cats and Good Coffee, I think I put something up. I'll put it up again, I guess, or I don't know how I can send you a message or whatever, but I have one where I sang something a cappella, and it was decent. I don't have a great voice, so I'm not going to say I even have a really good voice or anything like that, but it's okay, so. But what the hell else was I going to say? Oh, yeah, I don't know. I'll figure everything out, and by Sunday I should know a few things, and we'll know more from the government what's going to happen, with the CCSA. While My Guitar Gently Weeps, that was one. Let's do a stream on Thai music sometimes. Yeah, we could. The only issue is putting the music up. There's still a lot of Thai music I like. I don't always listen to it. I got to be in the mood for it. I like what is it, Jintana. I like Bird Tong Chai. I like Loso. I like Sek Loso. I like Taitanavut. I like what's that? Carabao. There's there's a number of groups that I like. Big Ass and Palmy and what was that other one? The one with, it starts with a T. I forget her name now. She's a bit older now, but she used to sing in English as well. I can't remember her name. They avoid personal responsibility by being told what to do. Yeah. Well, exactly. They just, it's like I don't want to say a brainless job, but that's what some people want. They want brainless, They don't have to think. You just go to work every day. They eat their sandwich from their lunchbox, and then they, they go on their merry way and get home. People use religion. Anyway, so yeah, and if you have not already, consider joining and sponsoring the channel. It's $1.99. $1.99, $3.99, $9.99, whatever you want. There's all levels. So help me get to 50 people. Help me get to 15,000 subscribers. The subscriber numbers are finally starting to go up, ever so slowly, but you can help. I'd appreciate that. And until next time, I am Scott. I'm an American in Bangkok. Chok di leo Joken Mai, which is good luck, and see you later. And later on, I'll know exactly what's going on. Well, That is, if they release the information, I'll know what's going on here, and I'll know what's going on with me and where I'm going and all that other stuff. So stay tuned. I'll talk to you guys later.